Hello students, I hope everything is going well at your side. I'm here with the combined video of all the prepositions and their usage. So without wasting a single moment, let's get started. Do we use preposition of? We'll discuss all the conditions here. The very first condition is that it indicates belonging, relationship, duty and rights. For example, he is a good friend of mine. Here, this of is used to show belonging. The door of the room was painted by him. Again, here this word of is used to show the belonging of the door and the room. The role of education is positive. Here in this sentence, the relationship of role of education and positivity is there and it is indicated with the help of preposition of. Then the next condition is that it shows origin or background. The citizens of the country are loyal. Now here there is a background or the origin of the citizens of a particular country. He is a man of strong determination. The background of the man is discussed here. Then the next condition is depiction, like the stories of crimes are published in the newspaper. Here the depiction of the stories of crimes is used and of is the preposition for this description. He has spent the troubles of his life. Then we can use preposition of for materials. The house is made of bricks. I have bought a shirt made of silk. Then indicates quantities or measurement. He purchased a kilogram of sugar. Here the measurement is mentioned with the help of. We need a bag full of mangoes. Then the next condition is that it shows a part of whole. He is an active participant of our class. Now class is a whole group and of is used to show a part of it. We need an energetic player of the school. Again, same condition. Then the next one is used with quantitative words. Some of the students were talking. I have a lot of work to do. Now here for quantitative words of is used. Then we can use preposition of for certain adjectives. He was deprived of his rights. She was relieved of the burden. With deprived and burden and with some other words, adjectives, we can use this preposition of. Then it also indicates cause. He died of cancer. Now the cause of the death is cancer. Then we can use preposition of to show in relation to something. The topic of discussion was annoying. She was sure of her answer. Now here is the relation of something. Then we can use it for description as well. It was very kind of you to help me. So nice of them. Description of certain nouns and pronouns are used with the help of preposition of. Then the next topic is use of O-double-F of in certain conditions. And the first condition is down or away from something. For example, he fell off the stairs and broke his arm. We have to keep the town off. Keep the keys off. Now here in these conditions we are using them for the condition of being down or away from something. Then off is also used at some distance. Her house is off the main road, like it is away from the main road. It can also be used for accessible from. There is another road off the straight road. Here it means that there is another road accessible from the straight road. Not doing, wishing or needing. I have been off playing for a month. Now off playing here, it means that I'm not interested, I don't want to do, I don't have any need to do, but still I have been off playing for a month. 2. I'm going to discuss all the conditions for the usage of preposition to, and the very first condition is direction. Preposition to is used to show direction. He goes to his office by car. The leaves fall to ground. I turned to the left and saw the office. Now in all these sentences, to is used to show direction. Then the next condition is that it shows towards condition. They waited until the red light changed to green. He moved the audience to tears. Now the discussion of condition is here. Then it is also used for reaching or as far as. The city extends to the bank of river. This playground extends to the city. Then use of preposition to is from point to point. We attended the meeting from beginning to end. Now beginning to end shows point to point. He talked to us time to time. Then it also shows time. Our lecture starts at 1:45. We can use this preposition to for time. It is used for belonging something. She is assistant to principal. Now assistant belongs to principal. This book belongs to her. Again belonging is there. Then to is used for comparison. John is poor as compared to Jack. We won the game by 2 goals to 3. Now comparison is there. Then for addition, there are 100 centimeters to the meter. Then the next direction is indicating a range. People get wisdom from 40 to 50 years of age. Now here the range from 40 to 50 is discussed. I'll take the class from 1 to 2 p.m. Again, indication of range is there. Then it can be used for touching or facing. There are cars bumper to bumper on the roads these days. Now it shows that a lot of cars are there on the road. He stood silently while keeping his ear to the door, again facing towards something. Then it is used for causing something. To my utter surprise, they were at the party. Then the next use is of preposition from. From is used to show direction or place. He came home from office. The cold wind blew from the north. Then it is used to show the starting time of the action. The office remains open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For starting point, it is used here. Then it is used for showing senders, givers, or communicators. I received a lot of gifts from my sister. Now it shows sender here. They send letter from England. It is also used to show origin. She is from Pakistan. I took a present from the mall. Now it shows the origin here. Then it indicates lower limit. Can you count from 100 to 150? Now it's from lower limit, it is started from 100 to the higher one, that is 150. Tell me the matter from A to Z, from lower to higher. Then for showing a change of form or state, we can use preposition from. Can you translate it from English to Turkish? Change the sentences from active to passive voice. Then preposition from is used for showing removal or separation. He was separated from the team or the class. He was exempted from the task. Then it is used for showing material. The juice is made from grapes. The cake is made from flour. The next is indicates cause, reason, or motive. For example, she is suffering from malaria. She suffered from insomnia. For suffering for the causes, we use from. Then the next condition is about or concerning something. From his looks, it is clear that he is upset. Then it is also used for showing difference or distinction. The note is different from the original one. And last is the point of view. We should study the matter from all the angles. Now from all the angles show the point of view here. And the very first condition to use with is company, presence, or in care. For example, I like tea with a pastry. Now, here the company of tea and pastry is amazing. Then the next example is put this book with the other books. Again, presence or company is there. I left the keys with the driver. Then the next condition is carrying. For example, I want to buy a cell phone with 1 year warranty. This instrument was sold with a warranty card. Then we can use with tools or instruments. For example, I cut the cake with a knife. They carve the wood with several tools. Then further we can use with support, argument, or opposition. For example, they are with us in every condition. You have to compete with your opponents to win the game. Here we are talking about the agreement or opposition. Then reason and account. For example, he was trembling with fear due to sudden jerk. Reason is there. Then for showing state and condition. I cannot sleep with the light on. It's a state. The baby slept with a soother. She treated her with calmness. Then further we can use with direction. They should go with the flow. He should swim with the tide. Then for result, wisdom come with the passage of time. People understand the situation with time and experience. Then further we can use this preposition with about to or concerning. For example, we should be careful with the consequences. He should be careful with the camera. For including, we can use preposition with. She serves Swedish with dinner. They purchase toys with batteries. As an employee or client or customer, preposition with is used. They work with the same company. For showing relation, for example, it is difficult to cope up with the financial crisis. Now here it's somehow a relation. With a meager amount, I cannot survive. Then for in spite of or despite, for example, I would accept the job with all its challenges. Whatever the condition is, in spite of all the challenges or despite the challenges, I'll accept the job. Then the next use is of preposition by. We can use it in different conditions. Let me discuss all the conditions. The very first condition is that when we talk about something is near, beside, or at the side, we use this preposition by. For example, the chair is by the wall. She sits by me. Then with route, path, or road, we use this preposition by. They entered the school by back door. We go to town by road. For passing and crossing, by is used. She walked by me without talking to me. It means that she walked just near to me, but she did not talk. Then for time, the population of Pakistan will be doubled by 2050. Time is mentioned. I'll be back tomorrow by 10 a.m. Then further we can use this preposition by for state circumstances. For example, you must ride by the light of lamp. We are fine by the grace of Almighty. Then further for passive voice sentences we use preposition by. Hamlet has been written by Shakespeare. A letter was posted by my father. For action, manner, and word, again, by is used. For example, he amused everyone by his remarks. Further, it can be used with parts of body. The father took his child by hand. They delivered the letter by hand. Then with quantities or measurement, we can use preposition by. They sell bananas by the dozens. We buy apples by kilograms. For degrees, units, and groups, preposition by is used. For example, they improve their English vocabulary bit by bit. He was knocked out by a great difference of runs. Then degrees, units, or groups somehow are mentioned here. Then range, for example, I need to shorten the length of the shirt by an inch. Then the next condition is for evidence. By the look of his eyes, he seems disturbed. Evidence is there. Then for permission and agreement, we also use this preposition. I have entered the class by his permission. With respect or regard to, for example, I am a teacher by profession. For oaths and swear, we can use this preposition by. For example, by God, it was true. For transportation, we can also use this preposition. They go to office by car. I reached home by bus. And then finally, with reflexive pronouns, we use this preposition by. And examples are, they worked at the office by themselves. I complete my task by myself. So there are different conditions where we can use for, and the detail of these conditions are here in front of you. The very first condition is that preposition for is used for benefit or favor. For example, they bought a present for us. She made tea for me. Then it is used for indicating and showing purpose. For example, computer is used for many purposes. Mobile phone is used for the society. Then for destination, aim and purpose, it is used. They departed for a walk. The new animated movie is for kids. Now here it shows the purpose or the aim of these given examples. Then for showing price, reward and punishment, preposition for is used. He bought a new laptop for rupees 50,000. She got a reward for her efforts. He has been punished for his crimes. Then further, it can be used for agreement, disagreement or representation. For example, I am ready for the plan. They speak for their nation. Then for showing meaning, preposition for is used. For example, what does you stand for in UNO? It is used after adjectives and verb. She is quite short for her age. He is still searching for a new job. Then for indicating equivalence, we can use this preposition for. There is one computer for every student. I need 2 colors for each student. Equivalency is there. For regard and concern, it is used. They are eagerly waiting for our invitation. Then we can use for showing because of or on account of. That is, Shakespeare is famous for his dramas. They are famous for their deeds. Then further, it can be used for showing length, specification and occasion of time. We went on a picnic for a week. Length is here. These gifts are for Eid. Specification is there. For showing distance, again, preposition for is used. We walked on the road for 5 miles. They have traveled for 25 kilometers per hour. Then it is used after to plus adjective. For example, this box is too heavy to carry for me. And finally, it is used in perfect progressive tense. For example, we have been studying for 5 hours. They have been waiting for 2 hours. Near is used for very short distance. For example, the pen is near the table. They stood near the house and talked a lot. We are near the railway station. Then the next preposition is since. Since is used for specification of time or for the point of time, exact point of time. Whenever we need to mention, we need to use this word since. It is used in perfect and perfect progressive sentences. For example, they have been working since morning. Exact point of the time, that is morning, is mentioned here. That's why since is used. I have been in the class since 8 a.m. Again, the starting exact point of the time is mentioned. Then later I have use of preposition after. After is used to show time. For example, he left the class after his lecture. Now it shows the time, that when did he leave the class. The next example is, we will leave for airport after breakfast. Again, it shows time. Then it is also used to show repetition. My friend visits me week after week. Then further, it is used for showing behind somebody or something. For example, they shut the door after me. He ran after them. Then further, after is used to show order and arrangement. For example, March comes after February. D comes after C. It is used to show the arrangement or order of the things mentioned in the sentences. Then we can also use this preposition after for showing reason. For example, I did not talk to him after he misbehaved. Now, for mentioning the reason, this word after is used. After he completed the work, he played the game. Again, reason is mentioned. Then it is also used to chase or search. For example, the policeman ran after the robbers. The dog runs after the boy. To show concern, we can also use preposition after. The teacher inquired after you. To show time of the clock, preposition after is used. It is 20 after 6. Then the next use is of preposition before. Before is used to show time. I left for my job before lunch. They worked well before break time. Then it is also used to show position. We are helpless before fate. They have to bow before Almighty. Then again, this preposition is used to show order and arrangement. For example, F comes before G and it's time for breakfast before lunch. Then further, before is used in presence of. For example, he spoke the truth before the committee. She admitted her mistake before me. Then the next condition is that preposition before is used to show preference. I would prefer to quit the job before dishonesty. Then to show pressure or occurrence, this preposition is again used. The thief escaped before the attack. The aid was provided before the water crisis. Then the next preposition is above. Where we can use above? So here are the conditions. The first condition is that it is used to denote higher than. For example, the birds fly above the trees. It means that the birds fly higher than the trees. The plane flew above the clouds. And above is also used for higher rank, position. For example, he married above his class. The professor ranks above the lecturer. Then above means greater in number, age, price or weight. For example, you must be above 25 for this job. There is nothing above rupees 1000 in this market. Temperature is above normal. Then it means beyond. For example, his attitude is above criticism. She is above suspicion. And the next condition is that above means upstream for something. The kite stuck in the vise above the wall. Another condition is that it is used in idioms as above all. That means important. She is nice, polite and well-mannered. Above all, she is well experienced. Then the next preposition is below, and here are the conditions of using below in our writings. First of all, it is used for showing the lower position, rank or place. The temperature is below normal. Do not write below the last line. Then for showing numbers, again this preposition below is used. The strength of the class is below normal. Now, strength means that we need to show the numbers. It also means downstream of something. For example, I saw a treasure box below the bridge. So there were, well, between is used in different conditions, and the very first condition is that it is used for the separation of 2 points, things and people. For example, there was a fight between Anna and John. There is a distance between the lines. Next, separation of 2 points of time or events. For example, they are free between Friday and Sunday, or you can call me between 5 and 6. Preposition between can also be used for the separation of 2 points of scales, weight and distance. For example, the temperature is between 40 and 50. It weighs between 15 to 20 kilos. Then further, it is used to separate one place from another. For example, they should construct a house between my house and Jane's house. And the next example is the road between the two cities was under construction. It can also be used to indicate relationship between two people, things, countries, events. For example, there is sincere friendship between them. There are strong ties between the two countries. Then further it is used to show that something is shared by two people. For example, they distributed the money between us. They started the business between them. Then the next preposition is among. Now let's see the conditions for using among in the different sentences. It means surrounded by. For example, the teacher was busy working among many students. It means that the teacher was busy working surrounded by many students. Then it shows number. The money was distributed among his sons. Now it means that the sons are more than two. Further, it means included. For example, he was the one among those who needed help. It also shows in parts to each member of a group. The medals were distributed among the teams. The competition is held among the classes. Then the next preposition is under. Let's see the conditions for using under. It shows a position directly below. For example, the shoes are under the bed. The cat is under the table. It also shows below the surface. For example, she pushed the letter under the carpet. There was a coin under my pillow. Further, it shows specified age, distance, amount, or rank. For example, his annual income is under 2 lakh. He must be under 28 to appear in CSS examination. It also shows position lower than or next to. For example, there is a beautiful village under the hill. Then the next condition is that it shows ruling or governance. For example, under the previous president, we suffered a lot. It is also used to show burden, influence, or state. For example, it is difficult to behave normally under the mental pressure. He is under the influence of bad company. Then further, it means a particular name or classification. For example, she wrote me a letter under a false name. The book can be found under science in the library. And finally, it is used for showing plantation or crops. And the example is, this land is under pine trees. And is used to show a position opposite to something. The park is behind the bus station. It means we are talking about the bus station that is behind the park. It is on the opposite side of the park. She stood behind me in the line. Again, it is the opposite position of the person standing. Then it means on the other side. For example, she is standing behind the door curtain. Now she is standing on the other side of the curtain. They were hiding behind the fence. Again, on the other side of the fence. Then it means lag behind or less in progress. We can use this preposition behind for less in progress. For example, that state is much behind in science and technology. We are talking about some particular state that lags behind in technology and science. Then it means supportive of something. I am right behind you in this regard. I am in favor, I am in support of someone. They always stood right behind me in time of need. Again, supportive of something is mentioned. Then it means responsible or be the cause of something. The thought behind this project is amazing. Now, the cause of the project that has been amazing now is there. There was reason behind that assignment. Then the next preposition is out of, and I'll discuss the conditions for using this word out of. It means not in but out of an enclosed place. For example, the students are out of the class, like they are not inside the class, they are outside the class. They studied out of the room. While sitting out of the room, they have studied. It shows motion. For example, he is going out of the shop. Now, going out of means that someone is in motion and he is going towards the other side. They need to go out of station. Then it indicates cause or motive. I only have them out of sympathy. It is used for a particular cause. They were working out of sincerity. Again, cause or motive is mentioned. Then further it means from a number of. For example, they selected 2 out of 8 students. 7 out of 9 students scored well in exam. It is used for material. This shirt is made out of silk. The bag is made out of leather. Then next it means shortage. This car is out of petrol. I'm out of budget these days. Shortage means I don't have money nowadays. Then it shows position. The people are out of danger now. The ship got out of sight instantly. It shows position here. Then further it shows origin. This text is selected out of a newspaper. And I decided to copy the content out of the research paper. Then further next preposition is along. It means from one end to the other end. Let's have a look on the examples. We walked along the river from one end to the other end. They strolled along the road. It shows parallel position. We stopped along the bank of the river. We rested along the side of the road. The next use of across is there. It means on the other side of. With these definitions, with these short definitions and examples, the meaning of these prepositions are clear. My house is across the city. It means on the other side of the city. They met across the river. Then it means from one side to the other. For example, we boated across the lake. Means we boated from one side to the other side. They wanted to reach across the river. Then it means extending from one side to the other side. There is a bridge across the river. This bridge extends from one side of the river to the other side. Next preposition is beside, and the conditions are here. Use of beside is that it means next to something. Come and sit beside me. It means that next to my position he or she will sit. They stood beside the wall. Then it shows comparison. Beside your first book, this book is much better. Comparison is there. Then it is used in idiom as beside oneself. For example, when I see injustice, I get beside myself. Then the next preposition is ahead. It means further or forward in space of time. For example, this place is about 1 hour ahead of that place, like it's forward than the previous place. Then it means leading. For example, he is always ahead of his classmates, means he is always a step further than his classmates. They are ahead of me. Again, they are a bit forward than me. Then use of around is there. It means here and there. He traveled around the city. It means that he traveled here and there throughout the city. There were many police officers around the accident place. Then it also means near. For example, is there any rest area around here? Means wherever I'm standing, around that place, near that place, is there any rest area? We are in search of hotel around this area. Then it also means forming a circle. The planets revolve around the sun, like in the circle motion. It also shows time and day. They will be here around 4 p.m. I met him around 8:30. Then further I have the use of preposition over. It means touching, covering the surface. For example, she spreads the rug over the floor. It is covering the floor. It means position higher than but not touching the surface. For example, he held an umbrella over his head. Now it's not touching the surface. The bird flew over my head. Then it means across. There is a long bridge over the river. Now the bridge is not touching the river, not touching the water. It is a bit higher than the water. It also means on the opposite side or to go to the opposite side. For example, my house is over the road. Like my house is opposite to the road. The robbers jumped over the wall and they went to the other side. Then it means everywhere. Shakespeare is famous all over the world. He is famous all over for his efforts. Then it means more than a specified number, amount, ratio, time, etc. Her father is over 60. Now specified number is not there. They received over 20 gifts on their birthday. Then it shows control, command and authority, and examples are we does not have any control over his anger. She is ruling over a vast area. It means during. For example, we will discuss this matter over lunch or dinner, means during the lunch or dinner. It also means throughout. We stayed there over a week, means throughout the week we stayed there. It also means concerning. There is an agreement over the issue of funds, means concerning the issue of funds. Then it is used to inform. For example, I'll tell you about the matter over the phone. Like for using phone for informing someone, this over is used here. And again, it is used as an idiom as over and above. There are excellent benefits over and above a good salary. Over and above means something apart from the given amount. We should think over and above about the matter. Video is beneath and the conditions are here. It means under. For example, I found my book beneath the pile of clothes. It also means not worthy. His financial status is beneath his friend. It's not worthy as his friend. Use of preposition up. It means to a higher position. For example, we went up the stairs. So this was all about the conditions of the leftover preposition. I'll be there with my next video soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.